Stop everything. What I'm about to tell you will flip the entire NFL landscape upside down. This isn't just a rumor. This is an insider revelation so explosive it could rewrite the history books. Right now, in the depths of the Detroit Lions front office, chaos is erupting. Phones are ringing off the hook, secret meetings are happening behind closed doors, and whispers of a historic move are circulating through every back channel. The NFL's most powerful insiders, the ones who usually know everything before it happens, are whispering about it in hushed tones. Something huge is happening, something that will shock fans, players, and even the most seasoned analysts. But here's the catch. I can't tell you who it is just yet, not until I give you the full picture. Trust me, what you're about to hear will make your jaw drop. There's a star, an elite, game-changing, league-wide superstar, being targeted for a blockbuster trade that could alter the NFL's power balance for years to come. Imagine a player whose name sends chills down the spine of every rival team. Someone with the potential to be the missing piece in Detroit's pursuit of their first Super Bowl in over 3 decades. The scramble is real. The whole NFL is watching as Detroit's brass works in secret, orchestrating a move so audacious, so bold, you'd think it's straight out of a Hollywood script. Confidential sources just confirmed something huge, something that's been kept under wraps until now, something that could blow the NFL's trade market wide open. And I promise you the next few days will be filled with dramatic twists, last-minute negotiations, and a level of intrigue that only the NFL can deliver. But who is this player? How could such a move even be possible? Why now? Why this player? Stay locked in because everything's about to change. Now let's set the stage. The Detroit Lions, fresh off a 9-8 season that left many fans with a bitter taste, despite their promising resurgence, they missed out on the playoffs. But the mood inside Ford Field isn't despair, it's strategic recalibration. They know that reaching the promised land means shaking things up, making bold moves that leave rivals trembling. The Lions have been in pursuit of that perfect piece, a player who can elevate their defense, bring that extra edge, and finally push them over the top. For months, whispers have been circulating about their desire to bolster their pass rush. The team's core, led by Aiden Hutchinson, has shown flashes of brilliance, but they need more. They need that game-changer who can consistently disrupt elite quarterbacks, someone with a motor that never quits, a motor that strikes fear into opponents. Meanwhile, the front office has been secretive, meeting in encrypted calls, jetting off on private flights, and scrutinizing every available option in the NFL's bustling trade market. Sources reveal that the Lions' GM, Brad Holmes, an absolute mastermind, has been plucking at the strings of every potential move. Behind the scenes, he's been working tirelessly, steering negotiations with rival teams, all while maintaining absolute secrecy. And in the middle of it all, there's one name that keeps popping up, an unassuming star, a guy who quietly produces consistent sacks, who's been under the radar at times but has all the tools to become a league-wide game-wrecker. And then, they found HIM. Yes, I said it. The name that's causing all the commotion. I'm talking about Arden Key. Now hold tight because this isn't just some typical NFL linebacker. Arden Key is a force of nature. The moment you understand the depth of his talents, you realize why Detroit is so desperate to land him. Arden Key, age 29, a former third-round pick out of LSU, has carved out a reputation for being one of the most explosive pass rushers in the league over the past 5 seasons. His stats aren't just numbers. They're a testament to relentless effort, raw talent, and a rising trajectory that's only just begun. In 2025, Arden played with the Tennessee Titans. Yes, he battled through injuries, missing games due to a hip issue late in the season. But even with that limited presence, he managed to tally an impressive 4 sacks in just 12 games. His previous seasons were equally remarkable, with a career-high 6.5 sacks in 2024. Not bad for a player who's known for his quick get-off, elite acceleration, and ability to threaten quarterbacks from the edge. Let's get specific. Arden Key stands at around 65, and although exact current measurements are elusive, his frame, around 265 pounds during LSU and his early NFL days, remains intimidating. His strengths: explosive first-step quickness, relentless motor, and an uncanny ability to bend around the edge. He's versatile, capable of lining up on both sides, and has shown improvement in run stopping over recent years. his pressure creation. In 2024, he generated 18 pressures, more than many full-time starters, demonstrating his ability to constantly threaten offensive tackles. He's no stranger to controversy. Early in his career, a PED suspension in 2024 overshadowed his otherwise promising journey, but that suspension was overturned, restoring faith in his commitment. Arden's career stats include 14 sacks over his 8 NFL seasons, but his recent pace suggests he's just hitting his prime, especially with a scheme and coaching staff that know how to unlock his full potential. Contract-wise, Arden is on a 3-year, $21 million deal with the Titans, but with a cap hit of $9.5 million in 2025, he's become a hot commodity, an affordable, high-impact player whose market value is skyrocketing. Why would the Lions need him? Because they're desperately searching for that disruptive force, someone who can turn games on their head, who can collapse pocket after pocket, and who ignites their defensive front into a relentless beast. The Lions see in Arden Key the perfect blend of speed, power, and resilience. They need him to complement Hutchinson, to form a duo that offensive lines tremble before. Imagine Arden, in Honolulu blue and silver, tearing through offensive lines week after week. He's a player who can single-handedly change the complexion of their defense. But behind the scenes, it's even more dramatic. Football insiders are whispering that NFL GMs and talent evaluators from rival teams are already trying to block this deal. They know Arden's value, how he's been undervalued for too long, how his talent deserves the spotlight. Rumors suggest that Brad Holmes, a veritable ninja in managing NFL assets, is orchestrating a deal right now, lining up the logistics, convincing the Titans to part with him at the right price, and lining up the financials that make this impossible to ignore. And the buzz is that the Titans aren't just giving him away. They see Arden as a core piece, but with cap issues and a desire to rebuild faster, they're open to moving him for the right package. The question is, what's the price? And what will this mean for the Lions' immediate future? Sources close to the process tell me that the deal, if it goes through, would include multiple draft picks, perhaps a young player or two, and a financial restructure to fit Arden's rising salary into Lions' cap plans. The team's coaching staff, led by Dan Campbell, whose fiery passion is legendary, has already expressed excitement. They see Arden as the missing piece, a player who can bring that relentless edge they've been craving. And don't forget, NFL executives and analysts are already calling this a game changer, a move that could vault the Lions into the top-tier contenders in the NFC, transforming their defense from middle-of-the-road to elite. Imagine a front seven that includes Hutchinson and Arden. Quarterbacks will be shaking in their boots. Now here's where it gets even crazier. NFL insiders are confirming that the interest in Arden Key isn't limited to Detroit. Multiple teams are lurking, rivals desperate to acquire him before the trade deadline or during the draft. But the Lions, they're all in. They're pulling out all the stops. This deal isn't just about adding a player, it's about making a statement, about declaring to the NFL that Detroit is ready to dominate. And the ramifications, they're staggering. Arden's addition would potentially trigger a domino effect across the league, rivals scrambling to adjust their defenses, other teams hunting for their own surprise pickups, and a seismic shift in how NFL teams value pass rushers. NFL veterans and league insiders are saying this. If Holmes pulls this off, it won't just be a good trade, it'll be historic. Arden Key is on the cusp of stardom, and Detroit knows it. Let me tell you something. What's happening behind the scenes right now is nothing short of legendary. The numbers, the negotiations, the strategic moves, this is a chess game played at the highest levels, the money involved. Billion-dollar decisions, clauses with performance bonuses that include insane incentives. If Arden hits 10 sacks in a season, his bonus could double. The logistics, complex, yes, but the goal, clear, make this happen no matter what. And the truth is, the next 48 hours will be critical. We're on the cusp of witnessing something historic, a deal that could define the future of the Detroit Lions and maybe the entire NFC. Before I go, ask yourself, are you ready for what's coming? Do you feel the electric energy in the air? Because once this deal drops, everything changes. The NFL will never be the same again. Stay tuned, stay alert, because what's about to happen is the kind of story they'll be talking about for decades, and I promise you don't want to miss a second. This is not just news, it's history in the making. And it's happening right now.